High school football week number 3 around our local area. In another game we will be touching on is the Handley Judges as they travel up to Kettle Run. Last week on Thursday, Handley all over the Blue Streaks of Harrisonburg. Now joining me, the head coach of the Handley Judges, Jake Smith. And coach, first and foremost, I would imagine after a big win in Harrisonburg, in a longer week to prepare, that must be nice for a tough test in Kettle Run coming up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously starting the year 2-0 is a good thing. And having an extra day and Friday, and not having a game and being able to practice a little bit in preparation for Kettle Run, I think was beneficial. Kettle Run's a good football team. They've been very good for the last couple of years. They're very disciplined. They do a lot of good stuff. So that extra time was definitely helpful. In addition to them also having a bye week, before our game.
So does it factor in that they've only played one game so far this season in your game plan by any stretch?
Yeah, no, I think it does. I mean, you only have one tape to evaluate some scrimmages, and obviously, scrimmage isn't a game situation. So really, you're evaling off of one film, which makes things a little bit tough. So you just have to be ready for some surprises on Friday and make sure that your kids are prepared to handle those.
Obviously, you know what Kettle Run is made of. They've been a powerhouse up there. So I would say this is a big test for this Judges team, but looking going into practice this week, how do you think your team's ready to handle this tough test ahead?
Up to this point, I think we've had a good week of practice. From a mental component, they give you a lot of different formations and personnel groupings. So that's something that we have to be prepared for. And defensively, they like to bring a lot of pressure from a lot of different places. And so again, just honing in on those things and the details of them and making sure that we can execute at a high level.
So from week 1 to week 2 of your season, coach, significant growth in your freshman quarterback, Tristan Darling, your offensive line in Hassan Akanbi. I would imagine more of the same of that come Friday night.
Yeah, I think it all starts up front, and those guys have done a good job this year. And, most of them were on the O-line last year. And so they're a seasoned group of guys. They're very smart, and they make their calls and put us in good situations. Hassan's obviously very explosive and can do a lot of really good things, especially when he's out in the open field. And Tristan's getting better every week. He's a freshman. He's mature. He's learning. He's growing. And each day he goes out to practice, he improves.
Absolutely. Once again, the Handley Judges traveling up to face Kettle Run. Another matchup coming up this Friday across our local area, part of week 3 of high school football. Once again, the head coach of the Handley Judges, Jake Smith. Coach, as always, really appreciate your time, sir.
Yep. Thanks for having me.